might one ship $400 of illicit items via air? The correct answer: you wouldn't. Yet, racers for lawbreakers have sure given it a short in some of the most outlandish ways imaginable. Ever witnessed some masquerade a turtle as a KFC sandwich, or a woman transport her late spouse on a flight? Stay vigilant. Not everything is what it seems as we delve into the craftiest smugglers in history. The unusual suspects. Oh, hi there, you must be the fresh investigator. Think you can assist us in pinpointing an individual we suspect of smuggling illegal goods into the nation? Alright, let me know which of these 5 suspects you feel appears guilty. Ready? Alright, here we go. Suspect 1, Suspect 2, Suspect 3, Suspect 4, and lastly, Suspect 5. Drop your pick in the chat. Take a moment. Ready? If you choose suspect number 5, you're spot on. I know, quite surprising, right? In 2007, Australian Customs apprehend a certain Mr. Potato, and as he was attempting to transport 10.5 ounces of highly illegal tablets hidden within his body. No, not the way you're thinking. I mean, in his actual body, where he stores his spare facial features. Experts estimate the contraband's value could have reached up to $30,000. Yikes! It's disheartening to witness beloved toys turning to illicit activities. How'd you do? Alright, it's time for 5 new suspects if you're for another round. Alright, Suspect 1, Suspect 2, Suspect 3, Suspect 4, and lastly, Suspect 5. That Suspect 5 looks rather suspicious to me. Ready to the reveal. If you selected Suspect 4, then give yourself a round of applause. Yes, in 2012, an individual was nabbed for sneaking firearms into Green Airport, Rhode Island, concealed inside their kid's cherished toy. None other than renowned Moose himself. Appears the clubhouse will face a few challenging years ahead. Not bad for your first day. How about tackling some tougher cases? Let's do this. Not so sly sacrifice. Hey there! Fellow nervous fellas? Yep, you know, I'm just not brave enough to fly solo. I need my mommy by my side. And guess what? I found out I'm not the only one. Back in 2008, something wild happened at Miami Airport. Check this out. Someone tried to glide their ancient mommy through customs. Yep, a real dead. A 3,000-year-old shot at making it through the security maze. Can you even imagine the sight of that ancient magic show passing through baggage claim? Oh, and get this, it wasn't the mummy kind of mummy. We're talking about scruffiest tailor-made for Prince Mz, an Egyptian high ruler from way back when. Well, where's the kicker? If Prince Mz wasn't home, but his lavish scruffius decided to take a trip without him. You'd think such a royal excursion would need a stock of official papers and blessings from the Egyptian government, right? But nope, not a single parchment inside, and here's the real shocker. This coffin and pole disappearing act from Egypt back in the 1970s, after hiding underground for years and even swinging by an exhibit in Madrid. This precious cargo was en route to the USA, probably for a top dollar buyer. But Haladrok, justice swept in and the royal relic made its way back to home to Egypt in 2010, where it truly belongs. Now, about Britain's borrowed treasures. Speaking of freedom, let me tell you, I'm steering clear of the smuggler's life. No, sir, Bob, I'd never surviving in the big house. They don't serve up chick. Fill in the link and clink that this page needs his waffle fries. You know, and I'm not the only one. Vary of that slammer life. Take Librain, Jose Vargas Garcia, for example. He was serving 9 years and 8 months in a 1 zillion slammer for car thievery. Librain, bless his heart, thought enough was enough and cooked up a plan to bust out. But when his lovely senorita, Antosia Rubbles Sauda, showed up with a giant pig suitcase, that guards definitely raised an eyebrow or two. When she struggled with that dang hump on the way out, they sniffed out something fishy. Lo and behold, when they popped the block, they found Librain and all crammed inside. I kid you not. They say, don't pack your troubles, but this guy sure took that advice to heart, so back to the slammer he went, with a lot of time to contemplate his choices. And what about Antonia, you ask? Well, she got a fire hat. Look at the slammer life too. On the upside, these two lovebirds will never be apart again. Who knows? Maybe they'll even ask for neighboring cells. Just like star-crossed lovers, Antonia and Librain. By the way, my like and subscribe buttons always come as a pair, so go on, show them some love, and in return, I'll wipe up more fantastic content for you. Right on, let's keep this show rolling. Snake Smuggler. After drugs, weapons, and even people, it might come as a surprise that wildlife forms of the fourth most valuable illegal trade in the world. Each year, it generates a staggering 20 billion within criminal markets. Geez, numerous species are very strictly prohibited from private ownership, leading criminals to frequently sell them at exorbitant prices. At least, that's what one Norwegian citizen had in mind. His hopes and were dashed when he got caught at customs. Officials noticed a peculiar constant movement benefit his shirt by. They were definitely unprepared for what lay beneath. Not less than 14 pythons were discovered, each individually coiled up inside socks. Snakes now, that's quite at risk. Admittedly, they weren't only babies, but it's deniably inhumane to subject any animal to such treatment. And there is more to the tale. Upon their request for further inspection, authorities found yet another twist in the form 10 cans taped to his legs, housing albino gecko lizards. In Norway, several types of reptiles are prohibited from being kept as parts, so reptile smuggling isn't all the uncommon. Nevertheless, this sly warndogger ended up with a substantial fine for his offense, and rightfully so. Yolks on you! The real peril of being a mule of any sort lies in getting caught. You surely wouldn't want to be one that left with egg on your face, right? Well, for Jeffrey Lindrum, his major concern wasn't just smearing egg on his face, but getting them all over everywhere he sees. In 2018, he was apprehended at London's Heathrow Airport with a hoard of 19 rare bird eggs fastened to his body. How, you might ask? Quite likely with a setup similar to this. Jeffrey attempted to conceal 17 rare hawk eggs, an eagle egg, and a vulture egg against his chest. Additionally, he had 2 chicks in an incubator, which had hatched before he could even touch down. In the illicit bird market, these eggs could command an astronomical sum of $125,000. Surprisingly, this isn't the first time Pablo Escolar here has been nabbed. Back in 2010, he was intercepted in Dubai with 14 Peregrine falcon eggs bound to his stomach and consequently served 30 months in jail. And once more, in 2015, he was apprehended for stealing falcon eggs from Patagonia. You'd think he would have come up with a more cunning plan to secure the bag exactly after all that. Yet, Jeff declares, it's not about the money. He insists that he's endeavoring to safeguard the birds as their natural habitats are being decimated by deforestation. However, what this bird brain buffon fails to realize is that once these eggs hatch, the chicks will need to be hand-reared, and once they've imprinted on humans, it's virtually impossible to introduce rhythm to the wild. So, in a sense, Jeffrey is causing more harm than he is preventing. What a rascal. Perfect crime. Regardless of whether you bestow your affections on dogs or cats, we all cherish our pets. Nonetheless, some feline aficionados and are willing to shell out a substantial sums for rather sizable kitty. In 2022, authorities in Thailand apprehended the smugglers attempting to rent 4-month-old tiger cub from a parking lot in Nanthaburi. Hold on a moment, please, guys. How does definitely an unexpected slide killing the baggage claim carousel? The traffickers confessed to smuggling the cub into the country from neighboring Laos, potentially concealing it in the rear of a car, and had been publicizing it on none other than Facebook. If you're curious about the price tag on a tiger cub, they were actually soliciting just under $12,000. But before you being toting up your private funds, owning tigers in Thailand has been banned since 1992. That, however, hasn't deterred Piavin Paulson from emulating a wannabe Carol Baskin. Airport authorities observed her displaying peculiar behavior during the check-in process for her flight from Severobohami to Iran. Her suitcase seemed unusually large, prompting employees to scan it, and lo and behold, nestled among push tiger toys, they discovered a real 2-month-old tiger. The little one seemed could draw a little from the effects of some medication administered to sedate it for the flight. Fortunately, the cub was unharmed. The Piavin could face up to 4 years into prison and $1,300 fine. Nevertheless, things could have turned out far worse. Imagine a baby tiger popping out of the luggage belonging to the person behind you as you are attempting to check in. That would undoubtedly mark the worst beginning to a vacation ever. Throw it in the trunk. I'll always remember the time my dad caught me puffing on cigarettes behind the shed. He made me finish the whole pack then and there to drive the point home. Nonetheless, it could have been driving worse. In 2015, a crew of Russian smugglers got busted while attempting to sneak 500,000 Belarusian cigarettes concealed inside a hollowed-out tree trunk. My lungs ache just contemplating that. You see, these cigarettes were designed for the UK and Germany, where due to hefty taxes, a pack of smoke can run upwards for $15. But in Belarus, they're as cheap as 1.50 cent. That's a mind-boggling tenfold difference. So, illegal cigarette trafficking is rampant and costing European countries over $10 billion annually in the last taxes review. It's a shame, and these Russian smugglers mightn't have been pulled it off if only they hadn't overheard on tiny facts. Now, I consider myself fairly knowledgeable about science, but even the densest person should be aware that the center of a tree trunk weighs more than packs of cigarettes. So, when authorities came to inspect this colossal log, it felt as light as feather. They immediately knew something fishy was up. Obviously, I guess you could say the smugglers' future is going up in smoke, just like their smuggled goods. A sight for sore eyes. It's true. Life is a highway, and I do want to ride it all night long, unless that highway runs across the US-Mexico border crossing. In 2021 alone, a staggering 1.6 million undocumented individuals were apprehended while trying to cross the border. Yikes! And that's just a fraction that got caught when an 18-year-old woman tried to drive across the Calexico West port of entry in a black Mitsubishi. A border patrol canine sensed something suspicious lurking beneath the back seats. When the patrol agents lifted them up, they found a 48-year-old woman hiding underneath. Phew, you can bet it was scorching in there, hiding below the seats in amateur hour. Though wants to know what the real crust do? They become the seat. Oh my! In 2001, Enrique Aguilar Cantachola had the brilliant idea of seating himself into the seat as they attempted to cross California's San Ysidro border crossing. Just imagine what crossed the border officers' mind upon discovering this. Excuse me, Mom. Do you mind if we quickly check the back seat? Wow! Hey, Carl, come take a look at this. Wait, did you bring the camera? Jerry, get over here and bring the camera. You won't believe this. Hey, where's Slide? I don't care if he's on lunch. Tell him to put down his sweetie bologna sandwich and get over here. Hey, buddy, say cheese. Thank you for being with me until the end. Subscribe to my channel and share your thoughts with me in the comments section. Thanks for watching.